Hey everybody, I'm David here from Evolution, and the website URL is evolutional.com. Today I would like to speak on the topic of how to control negative thoughts and controlling negative thoughts and my experience with it and how I deal with it and what I think about negative thinking and negative thoughts. I find that the most effective way to control negative thoughts is to try not to control them. This is a very Zen, Tao, Eastern approach, and I have to say that I think that philosophical background has the lockdown on this whole negative thought thing. There's a great Zen parable that says, a student goes to the monk and says, the head monk at the monastery he's currently studying at, he says, Master, how do I find the absolute greatest Zen teacher in all the land? And the monk goes, When you think you've found that person, you've searched all the land, and you ask them, how do I stop my negative thoughts? The person that tells you that they have learned to stop their negative thinking is the person you are not looking for. I love that. It's so Zen. And it's basically like, well, if you find somebody that says they have it, they probably don't have it, because that's just the mind talking, actually. So how do we do this? How do we control by not controlling, right? How do we not control and then gain control, right? It's two things that seem to be in opposition, but they're actually not. It's a paradox, and so much of Eastern philosophy is based on paradox like that. And what it's based on is not trying to control the thought, but shift the relationship to the thought. Whereas a lot of stuff is, if I get the right thought in place, or if I just get a handle on the thought, then everything will be in line. Well, there's something to be said for having thoughts that inspire and guide. Absolutely. I'm not going to say that thoughts don't matter. However, focusing on only changing the thought, and if I can hold this thought, and then I hold this thought, and then the negative thought comes in, then it's like I've failed. Then, I didn't do it and I got to do it. Well, you got to learn to let go of the negative thoughts. You have to also understand that 2/3 of the emotions that we human beings experience are negative emotions. They are built into us to help us survive, and they get triggered when we aren't in survival situations. So we don't want to get rid of negative emotion and negative thinking in that sense, okay? And the negative thinking and the thoughts stem from the negative emotions, and vice versa. They interplay. They're not so separate, but we often talk about them as separate. So, and when we are able to kind of let the negative thought be there and just let it pass, then we're able to act how we want to, kind of on a deeper and a wider, more expansive level, okay? So meditation, man, practicing at home. The practice of mindfulness everywhere you go, which is being 100% engaged on what you're doing and focused outside of yourself and not caught in your head. And I'm thinking so negatively and I'm caught and I can't get out. Or, usually when you're thinking negatively, you don't even say I'm caught. Once you start to catch it, you have the opportunity to kind of distance yourself from the negative thoughts. But when you're caught in it, that's just the way the world is. It's all negative. It's all crystallized into place, and there's no room for other possibilities. So what we're really talking about here in controlling negative thoughts by not controlling is by not attaching ourselves to the negative thoughts and by trying to attack them and shift them with positive thoughts. See, if we do that, we're always focused on trying to get the thought right instead of what's happening around us, what's happening in this world, in our lives. So no matter what thought comes in, positive or negative, we're free to move through the possibilities of life and go for what we want, or do something or not do something we don't want to do, or feel pressured into it. I know a lot of this might be confusing for some of you, looking to find the answer of, here's how you control negative thoughts. Here's the techniques. Here's how you do it. Anybody that tells you they have the technique to do it, that they can hypnotize you out of your negative thoughts and stuff, I don't buy it. I've tried that stuff, man. And you're always having to fix your beliefs. You're always having to fix your story and get it right and tweak it. And it's like there's no flexibility. There's no freedom. It's all about hardening the world and trying to create a static picture instead of living in the dynamic process of life that you are, okay? In the dynamic process of life that this world is, that this universe is, that this multiverse is, if you want to call the universe God, however you think of it, that it's dynamic and ever-changing. And always paying attention to how do I get control of my thoughts. You're really just letting life go by when it's already happening. You're already here, and you can already engage if you focus outward instead of focusing inward. Now, that's not to say that we don't focus inward when we meditate or be mindful to see what's going on, but it's all about connecting and engaging with the world in our lives and others around us. So I hope that wasn't too confusing, but a lot of this stuff isn't described well in words. It's more done through experiential things, whether it's meditation, whether you want to engage in a coaching experience. I am a professional coach as well, and coach people around this very exact same stuff all the time. Negative thought, dealing with negative thoughts. Here's my fingers. Getting unstuck, overcoming fear, going for the life you want, success, happiness, all that. So if you'd like, you can inquire on Evolutional, or the website Evolution, which is evolutional.com. There's a tab for coaching up there. And as always, leave questions, comments, feedback below. I'd love to hear from you guys and engage in a dialogue with you. Because this is all about learning. I'm telling you what I've learned. I'm not the world's authority. I just have some experience with this stuff and have tried so many different personal development techniques and found that by not trying to control my thoughts, I have a lot more freedom and flexibility to actually create the life story that I want. Let's end it with that. So take care until next time, and talk to you soon. Bye.